Hey everybody, it's Vanessa, the Crafty Gemini. Hope anybody can tune in. I see a couple of you already signing on, so that's exciting. Go ahead and leave me a comment below and let me know where you're tuning in from. I live in North Central Florida, and I just wanted to create a quick live stream just to give you all a heads up that I'm kicking off a brand new video sew-along tomorrow, Monday, July 9th, 2018, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to kick off a new garment sewing sew-along. It's for this Westchester Dolman top. It's a free PDF pattern for this top, and I'm wearing it here made out of a Liverpool fabric, which is kind of a medium weight. Hey, Anitra. A medium weight polyester spandex knit. And then I use double brush polyester spandex, which is a lighter weight fabric in solid black for the neckband and for the sleeve band. So I wanted to show it for you guys here. This is going to be a beginner friendly sew along, okay? Even though we're using stretch knits, I know a lot of you are maybe intimidated by it, or maybe you like to wear, stretchy, comfy clothes, but you're scared to even get started on how to make them. So I think this is going to be fun for everybody to follow along. It's going to be a bunch of different videos. I'm just going to go step by step like I always do. Hey, Marilyn. And we'll cover a ton of stuff from the fabrics that you'll need and all that. So the key things to remember is that tomorrow, July 9th, 2018, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come back here to my YouTube channel and I'll have posted the first video of the sew along. In that first video, I'm basically going to show you how to put all the pages together, because it's going to be a free PDF pattern that I'm gifting to you all. So you'll have a link in the description box of that video where you can go to my online shop and purchase it for free for $0. So I think there's like 20 pages in the PDF pattern, and then you can stick them all together to make the big sheet. If you're like me and hate taping or gluing together PDF pages, we wanted to give you another option for those of you that want to buy a hard copy. This is in a big sheet like this. It's not tissue paper, it's regular paper. So if you're on Team Trace It, those of you that love to trace patterns out and you want to keep the original intact, this is a great option. So for the same price that it would cost you to like print them out in a big sheet like this at Staples for $7.50, we'll be selling the hard copy pattern on in our online shop. So it's a whole big sheet like this. The pattern includes sizes small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, and 3XL. So a lot of different sizes covered there. Fold it up. And it's a great beginner project because look how it works. These are the only pattern pieces that you need. It doesn't have like 12 or 15 pieces. There's a front. And notice when my arms are down, you can't really tell right here at the sleeve. You see the fabric bags up a little bit because it is a dolman style sleeve. The sleeve is a part of the front. So that means for those of you that have never made clothes before, you don't have to set in an actual sleeve. There's a front pattern piece, a back pattern piece, then we have a neckband and the sleeve bands, and that's it. So these are obviously the same piece, you just sew them one to each sleeve. So super easy. I'm going to walk you through every single step. We'll talk about fabric choices and different tools, and I'll show you a couple of other samples. Now, we have the fabric, some of it has already sold out online in our online shop. I'm selling some of the double brush polyester fabrics in some different prints and some solids. See this? And one thing that I don't want to forget to mention is that the sew along is just for people with sewing machines. So if you're looking at this and thinking, oh, that's cute, but I don't have a serger or I don't have a cover stitch machine, you don't need either, okay? I have sergers and cover stitch over here, but you only need a sewing machine that has zigzag stitch capability. So it doesn't even have to be a super fancy one with tons and tons of stitches. I have plenty of people when I teach this class in person in my studio at the Sewing Coop in Gainesville, Florida here. I have people come with vintage machines. As long as it has a zigzag stitch capability, we'll find you the perfect stitch that you need to put the top together. And I'll go over that obviously in whatever the relevant video is when we get to that step in the sew along. But this one you can see a slightly different look, right? Here with the black contrast, you can see how it pops against the print, but it looks a little bit different when you use the same fabric for the sleeve bands and the neckband. So that's another print. And then another floral that we have, I have a bunch of other samples, but they're in the wash. I wear this shirt all the time. I just like go through them. This is all I wear. This shirt with jeans, this shirt with jeans. It's great. Here you see the neckband was done with the same print of the fabric, and so was the sleeve bands. 3/4 sleeve, nice and longer length too, because it covers, you can't even see the bottom of it. It goes past my hips, okay? So if this is a kind of a style of a shirt that you like to wear, this is gonna be a go-to pattern for you to follow along with. Some of the other stuff that I'm gonna be covering in the sew along is what fabrics work, which are obviously the ones that I'm selling in my online shop, and which ones don't. So this is actually an example of which ones don't really work too well. And you can't really tell when I'm holding up like this, but in the video, when I put it on and you see it, I'll explain to you why, okay? So, fabrics we have in our online shop. The PDF pattern will be available for free to download tomorrow night, July 9th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, Carrie from Australia. And then we are going to be using some different tools when we get to different steps in sewing the top together. So I wanted to give you all a heads up that these are already listed in our online shop. So if you want to do some shopping early on and get all your supplies together, you will be good to go. First tool here is our Curvy Ruler. And if you're not familiar with garment sewing or pattern drafting, this may look like nothing to you, but it's a super handy tool. And we actually had the manufacturer make Crafty Gemini exclusive. I know it's showing up backwards, but it has my logo, the Crafty Gemini brand, and the colors of my logo on it. So you can only get these from us, and we have them listed in our online shop right now. That's craftygemini.com, and you can just click on the shop icon and you'll see them there. This is called the Curvy. One of the ways that I'm going to be showing you how to use this tool is if you're someone that needs to make adjustments to your pattern. So even though I designed this, one of the sizes, none of the sizes in the pattern size chart fit my dimensions perfectly. So I still have to grade out, meaning I need to make the pattern bigger at my hips because of my hip measurement. And so in the sew along, I show you how, excuse me, excuse me. This is my third live stream tonight. I did one on Instagram, one on Facebook, and now I'm doing this on YouTube. I'm trying to reach everybody so I can let you all know about the new sew along. Woo, okay. Yeah, so I have to grade out at my hips. So I'll show you how I measure myself, how to measure yourself, find the size that you need to cut out in my pattern, and then based on my hip measurement, how to use my Curvy Ruler to extend it out, but still keeping the shape and the silhouette of the design pattern. So super handy. It does a ton of stuff, but I mean, if you look at it and you don't know how to use it, it looks like nothing to you. But there's numbers, there's measurements here, there's a 7-inch straight ruler here, there's a highlighted line here at 5/8 of an inch, there's measurements all around. There's a ton of stuff in a small handy little thing. If you've seen the long pattern drafting French curves, this is kind of the mini version of that. So that's already in our online shop, and here you can see it better against the white background. That's the Curvy, okay? The other tool that I'll be using in the sew along to make this top is my favorite tool for neck bands. Whenever I'm working with stretch knits, I have to have this on hand. And so of course we had them make exclusive Crafty Gemini ones as well, because I use this in all my garment sewing for knits so far. You can also use it in wovens. You can use this to measure waistbands to the waist of pants. Basically what it is a ruler in the round. So stretch knits, if you're familiar, or even if you've touched stretchy fabrics, they all stretch by differing amounts, right? Differing amounts of stretch in each fabric. So instead of giving you a pattern template for the neckband, okay, I don't do that. Instead, I have you measure the neckband, so then you can, I'll share with you the formula so you can determine how long you need to cut your specific neckband. There's no sense in giving you a pattern piece for a neckband for a specific size, and if you're using a fabric that stretches more or stretches less than what I designed you to use in this pattern, your neckband's gonna look a hot mess. And by the time you get to the neckband, that pretty much means you're done with the shirt, and I would hate for you to get to the end and wreck it. Okay, so instead I share with you the formula, but we use the curve runner to measure the curve so we get an accurate measurement, and then you get a perfect neckband. Almost every time. Your first one, you kind of get the hang of it. But I've taught beginners. I just taught this class in person at my studio last month, and I had a student who had never sewn before ever in her life. She'd never even touched a sewing machine, and she walked out rocking her shirt, perfect neckband and everything. So it is doable, and I will share with you my tips and tricks to help you have a successful result. So again, that's the curve runner. And so obviously we won't be using it just yet, because when we get to the neckband, it'll be kind of towards the end of the sew along, but just know that they are available. And if you want to get in before the rush of the sew along kicks off and everybody starts to buy them up, we often sell out a lot of our different tools and things. We're not like a super duper online shop, so I try to get enough And then when they sell out, it's, you know, we kind of decide whether or not we're going to reorder or not. Okay. So the Curvy, the Curve Runner, Crafty Gemini editions are in my online shop, craftygemini.com/shop, or you can just go craftygemini.com and click on any of the buttons that you see that say shop. It'll take you right there. Hey, Rada from Vermont. All right, so, oh, the only other two I didn't mention is my clip and slide tape measure. This is also in our online shop, and if you followed along with my free sew-along that I did a couple months back, the Butterick 6214 sew-along, this is the measuring tape that I use. It's fabulous for measuring yourself, and I'll show you just quickly how it works. There's a little slider, plastic slider, and then there's like a little hole in the back with two red arrows for where the clip goes. And then on one end of it, it has a plastic little clip, okay? Oh, Nancy, I'm glad you like the tape measure. We have had to reorder them in like 4 or 5 times already because they constantly sell out. It is. It's a fabulous little tool just to have. And I'm on the wrong side. Okay. So I come here with the slider, say bust measurement. Make sure it's smooth and flat across the back. And I'll just show you here. It's kind of a close-up, but see the red clip? It goes clipped into here, into that little spot. And so then you don't need someone to help take your measurement because you can set it up, stand in front of a mirror, make sure that this is parallel to the ground. That way you don't need somebody to help you, you know, take your proper measurements, and you can cinch it in, take a deep breath, let it hang down, you know, so it gets the accurate measurement that you want. And then all you got to do is pop it off, turn it around to yourself, and read your measurement, okay? So super handy little clip and slide measuring tape, and we have that in our online shop as well. And so those are tools that are already listed. We have some of the double brush polyester spandex fabric already listed in the online shop. The free PDF pattern will be ready for you to download it tomorrow night, July 9th, 2018, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll post the first video in the sew along where I'm going to show you how to print out the PDF, you know, and put all the pages together. And then you'll be able to download the PDF there for free. Or if you want to buy the hard copy, it's just $7.50. Okay, so that's the heads up. We're also going to be doing some other live streams as we go through with the sew along. We're going to be giving stuff away, other specialty tools that come in really handy. They're not must-haves like these guys. These are like my must-haves. But some other ones that will really help make your garment sewing journey a little bit easier, give you kind of more sleek professional finishes. And I'll just be sharing, you know, tips, tricks, and tools and things that are helpful throughout the sew along. So I will wait a couple more minutes, see if anybody has questions for me. Hey, Dana. Hi, Sonia from Arizona. Oh, Jennifer, thanks. I just picked it up. She says my hair looks great. Just picked it up in a little ponytail. The curls are hanging out back there. Any questions for me? I know there's a little bit of a lag, but this is going to be a go-to top, I think, for a ton of people. Hi. Oh, Sonia says this is her first time on one of my live shows. Awesome. I'm glad you were able to catch us. So Kelly's asking what the sew along is about. So for those of you just tuning in, this is just a heads up video that tomorrow on July 9th, 2018 at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I'm kicking off a brand new sew along for my Westchester Dolman top. And it's this top that I'm wearing here. Ta-da! It's a beginner-friendly project, and it's going to be a free PDF pattern that you can download for free and then follow along with all the step-by-step free videos that I'll be doing periodically, you know, as I move through the process of making the top. So the first video goes live tomorrow night at 8. In that video, I'll include a link on where you can click to go to my online shop so you can buy the free PDF for $0. And then you'll be able to download it, print it out. And in that video, I show you how to put the pages together so we can move on to the next step, which is the next video. I'm going to show you how to take your measurements, I'm going to actually grade out at my hips, which means I pick the size that I want to, and then I'm going to make my hip measurement in the pattern a little bit bigger based on my body measurements. And I'll show you how to do that with the Curvy. And then we move on to, you know, how to cut out the pattern, how to cut out the fabric correctly, what fabrics. And I have a video on just talking about fabrics. We'll talk about the amount of stretch, what you want to make sure, what fiber content you want to have in there, amounts of spandex, you know, because we're working with stretch fabrics, and there's so many different combinations and fabrications of different textiles to create stretch knits that it can be overwhelming for beginners. So what I'm going to do is break it down and give you kind of some of the fabrics that I've made the shirt in. I'll show you some that I've made that didn't work so that you can also see the fails, right? So a lot of times people will make a pattern, and I see that this happens a lot with beginners in my in-person classes as well as online, is that they'll pick a pattern, they'll read what the suggested fabrics are, and they don't exactly get the fabric that is listed there, and then they end up with an epic fail, and they immediately say, oh, well, this pattern is garbage, it's the pattern. And so what I'm gonna do in this one, similar to how I did in my Butterick 6214 sew along video series, is show you, this is the exact same pattern, cut out in the exact same size, out of 2 different fabrics. And I don't do anything differently, but you'll see which one works and which one doesn't. And that's because of the fabric element there. Fabric also plays a huge part. It will totally affect the way that the finished garment will look, okay? So we'll go over that stuff too, and hopefully that'll give you kind of a good background so that you have a better idea. And then of course, the fabrics that we sell in our online shop work for sure, because you'll see shirts, pictures in there of the same Westchester Dolman top already made in that fabric. So I only carry stuff that I know is tried and true for the patterns and projects, okay? So, hi Connie from Jacksonville, howdy neighbor. That's just up the road, an hour and some away, but close enough. Jennifer says she has the Butterick pattern cut out, but she's so scared to sew it. Come on, girl. Stitch it up. They're just stitches. As long as you have a seam ripper nearby, you can just pop it right off again and try again. Don't be scared. Oh, they're still shooting fireworks here. All the critters are freaking out, of course. My dogs are going to go nuts. All right. Hey, Kelly. Erin's asking, where in Florida? I'm just north of Gainesville, Florida. So I'm in north central Florida. Sandy's asking if the sew along is going to be once weekly. I don't know. It might be 2 videos a week. It might be 1 video a week. Depends on how many videos I can edit, you know, per week as I catch up and as I have more time to film more and then versus edit. It's hard for me to stay on such a super set schedule. Sometimes I get going and I'm like, I have 2 videos done. I'm just going to post them both. So it depends. I mean, at least 1 per week. Let's say that. Maybe more. Hey, Pamela. Thanks for joining. All right, so last thing again, for anybody tuning in at the last minute, this is just an update video to let you know that tomorrow on July 9th, 2018 at 8 p.m. Eastern, I am releasing the first video in my Westchester Dolman top sew along. It's a new free step-by-step video series that I'm releasing 1 video at a time for. And we're going to learn how to make the top that I'm making. For the pattern, I'm giving it to you for free. It's a free PDF download pattern. So when that first video goes live tomorrow, right here on my YouTube channel, you will be able to click the link in the description box and head over to my shop, and you'll buy the pattern for $0.00. Okay, so that's how you'll be able to download the PDF. You have to go through the checkout process. You might have to create an account in my website if you don't yet have an account, meaning you've never purchased from us before. But you'll create an account, and that way you just go through the checkout like if you were buying something, but it's just $0, okay? And that's that. So it's a free PDF pattern if you want to put the pages together, and if you want it in a full sheet like this big one, opened up to the full size because you don't want to tape pages together like me. I'd rather pay for the big sheets and save myself some time. We will be selling the hard copy of the same exact pattern for the Westchester Dolman top for $7.50 in our online shop. So all the links will be included for you. If you want to get your hands on any of the fabrics or tools and stuff that I mentioned tonight that we'll be using in this sew along, you can head on over to our website, to our online shop at craftygemini.com/shop. Or you can just head over to craftygemini.com and just click on any of the buttons that say shop. Someone was asking about the size. The sizes included in the free PDF pattern are small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, and 3XL. And I will give you the size chart just so you know. The smallest size goes for, the small is a 36 bust, 29-inch waist, and 37 at the hips. And then the 3XL, the measurements are 50 at the bust, 43 at the waist, and 50 at the hips. And we'll talk a little bit about that. If you're on 3XL and maybe you're 51 or 52 inches at the bust or the hips, don't think that you're out of the scale that you can't make this top. I will talk about this in future videos in the sew along. The amount of stretch that we have in the fabrics will allow you to make it bigger or to make it in that size and still have it fit with a semi-fitted or fitted look, or you'll still be able to grade up, okay? So a lot of different options, and I think we cover a good size range there. And that's that. All right, so I don't see any more pressing questions right now. Somebody's asking about a quilt expo in September in Pennsylvania. I will not be there, but have fun. It sounds like a good time, a good show. All right, yeah, my workspace in the background is a hot mess. I was just trying to get back into the swing of things, so I was doing a little free motion quilting on this little sample block. I've been out of commission for a lot of weeks now, and so I'm excited to get back to work. So thank you everybody for joining me, and I hope that you will check out the first video in the Westchester Dolman Top Sew Along tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on my YouTube channel. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video.